All right, good evening. Welcome to Monday night stream. Uh, right now, we're going to be discussing GunCraze, the role playing game. Working this evening on rifle talents. We made it through the SMG talents, and now rifle talents is where we're at. So I look forward to you guys joining me in the stream. Um, Remember, always ask a question if you want. You could always ask it in the YouTube chat or anywhere you can find me. You can always ask a question about GunCraze. I'm more than happy to answer from you. Um, so I was working on Sunday. I was working on rifle talents. All right. So what we got now is the rifle talents. Uh, we got some of them made, and I really feel strongly about them. I really feel like they're good talents, and they are starting to spur my imagination for other talents as well. All right. So that being said, um, what happened was I was looking at like the concept of one of the talents called long shot, and I realized that I had changed ranges and not really built anything for it. I just said I did basically. I mean, I have a um, I have a thing called GunCraze Concepts. It's a Excel file that I jot information down, and here's where I put the ranges when I came up with them. I'm pleased with them. Um, I think they work great. However, I didn't build the support into the rulebook, so that really is kind of like, oh, great idea, not implemented, but not on purpose. Just I get ahead of myself. Um, Perhaps at the time there was some play testing going on, which is very likely. I'm always trying to get some play testing in on new things, so but it's been that way for a while. So it's time to go ahead and update that. So ranges and accuracy is where I kind of ended up. So it went from rifles directly over to ranges and accuracy, and how those work in the game. All right. So there'll be some red text here um, describing ranges and accuracy. Um, it's not going to be red. I'm just going to make it red for now. It means I need to fill it in later. Um, table sub table XX uh, ranges and accuracy. Um, so the concept is on this is you have weapons, and your weapons might have close, short, medium, long, far, or extreme range. And with those are your ranges and the penalty you get for shooting at those ranges. So if you're trying to shoot 3,000 feet away with a weapon that has a far range, you cannot hit, like you can't hit it. It's just so meaningless to take the shot. You wouldn't. All right, but a weapon that has like extreme range, you could, and at 3,000 you would have a -4 penalty for that shot. Okay. So the fall off is actually pretty significant, going to -2, -4, -6. But a lot of times you shouldn't be at those ranges with the weapons that you have anyway. And then there are other equipment you can put on your weapons to change the range of the weapon, right? So if you put a medium range scope on a telescopic scope on your pistol, well, guess what? Now it's a medium range weapon, all right? So there is that. Um, I have considered, penalizing certain weapons for uh, penalizing certain weapons for being too close, like a sniper rifle at 50 feet away. And that's going to be based on the equipment that you put on the rifle, honestly. So if you're trying to use a giant, longest range telescopic scope that you can find, um, yeah, it's going to be hard to hit somebody 50 feet away with that thing. Or maybe it isn't. I'll find a sniper and I'll ask him, because that's one of the good things about being in the Marine Corps. I can reach out to a lot of people um, and ask those questions. It's a very interesting question. Um, I'm talking about the big scopes too. They're so big. As a matter of fact, you put your hand in front of the scope and still see downrange. It's just wild how they work. I had a demonstration back in 2001, and that was on Okinawa. at Camp Hansen Coaches Course, PMI school, and good times. So good memories. All right. So I guess I've always kind of liked weapons and guns ever since GI Joe back in the day. I mean, like when I was a little kid, I've always been a fan. I went right into ROTC in high school. I kind of knew I was going to be doing something in the military. It was the Army for the longest time. And then I switched off and went Marine Corps and was able to retire from there by the grace of the good Lord. All right. So, this is just stuff I'm going to fill out later. I am not going to bore you with a lot of this stuff. I try to do offline when you guys are not sitting here following the stream, because filling in text is kind of boring. Like if I'm making an active rule, that's kind of cool. I am not pleased about how these are not centering. I'm going to get with my daughter who has a certification in Microsoft Word. These should still be centering, kind of like these words on the left do. And when I look at it, they are assigned normal. When I go to the table properties, I have it on center. All right. On the in the cell, I also have it on center. So that's just a weird thing that's happening. I'll have her help me deal with that. There's no spaces underneath. Anyway, neither here nor there. And try to get these things lined up right where they don't look too crazy. That being said, we're going to go ahead and move back to the rifle talents. And I have those over here. All right. I still have some entry paragraphs to do for some of the talents that we worked on with SMGs. But again, now I'm working on ranged combat. I'll go ahead and get the closer up view. Actually, let's stay here. And I'll bring them up on the bigger one. All right. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm glad that, again, you're able to join me today for this stream. If you drop a message in chat, just let me know you're here, and if you're thinking about following, I really appreciate dropping a follow. And let me see here. Let me move on. Armor. All right. I have what I need to do is really get this thing going. There's a lot of stuff. All right. SMGs, rifle talents. Then we'll go to the actual talents. All right. So these are the talents that I've come up with first, and I'll kind of explain them. The first one is called center mass. So center mass, when you're a guy who shoots a lot, you understand center mass is just the center of the mass that you're shooting at. All right, so these are alphabetized and only have one step out at this point, which is the rapid fire improvement. We'll get to it in a second. So center mass, rifles 1, basic skill of a rifle is you want to shoot the middle of the target you're shooting at. You're not always trying to get a headshot. While ideal, don't waste ammo. So the ability is attacks from rifles may always choose to roll a 6. No hit location adjustment is allowed, though, if you use that. So you could just take shots and go for 6. I'm just trying to do damage to the torso. I'm going with the 6. All right. The cross use for that is replaces rifles with ranged weapons, so you're always hitting center mass with your targets. So that is a very good, decent talent if you don't want to shoot somebody in the leg by mistake. But with the fact also that you're not shooting them in the head, but you're just shooting center mass. For unarmored targets, it's very efficient. It's a good talent to have. All right. Long shot. All right, which was what spawned the working on the ranges. Was to what's this going to be? Basically, is extend rifle range to. So we'll look at rifles real quick. I want to say they're at long range, but we'll just go ahead and verify. We'll go to. Well, hey, we'll take a look at the rifles while we're at it. Let's go. That's a good time. I'm here to. I always have to make sure my volume's working too. Okay. Um, it is. So, going to weapons. Got a little too far. Got a little too ahead of myself. All right. Got melee weapons. Small weapons, shotguns, rifles. Okay, so let's look at the different type of rifles that we have on the list. All right, we have a dart rifle. I mean, that's a lot of fun in itself. I mean, you want to. It has the silent special rules, so or it should, and I don't see it. That's great. I'll have to fix that. Um, we'll take a look at that in a second. Let me put that in SIL, and I'll put that in red so it catches my eye, because that's always, this is why we do this stuff. All right, rifle silent. All right, small game rifle. All right, this is a 1d6 damage rifle, like a 22. Okay. Then you have your hunting rifle, AR-15, your classic standard semi-automatic hunting rifle. Your big game rifle. All right. Now you're talking about shooting bigger things. Damage goes up to 3d6 in this case, so you're talking about a steady hit. All right. Larger ammunition from 375 to 50 caliber. All right. Assault rifle. Okay, so assault rifles are your bread and butter. This is where you get your magazine. This is, I mean, your automatic fire. All right. So now we're starting to get into automatic fire weapons. The pistol conversion assault rifle. So this is your when you got to go into that area that you need some concealment. This is what you're going to take. It's still a little bulky. It's more bulkier than a pistol, but it allows you at least to play the game in a covert environment. All right. Rifle carbine. Okay. A little smaller than another rifle, but still hits as hard. All right. Long range. All right. Designated marksman rifle. Comes with a telescopic sight, and its range is far. It's got a far range on it. Okay. Battle rifle. Now you're getting into your 7.62 full, fully powered cartridge now. Big rounds hitting things. All right. Then you got your heavy designated marksman rifle. So now you've got instead of the 5.56 version, you're looking at your FN Scar H, NGRS sniper rifles, your heavier sniper rifles, heavier designated marksman rifles, toying with sniper rifles, but not really committed. Now you have the heavy assault rifle. So these are for powered armored characters. All right, these are big guns. This is just one way they look. They can look many different ways. These are rounds. They're shooting about 75 caliber rounds. Okay, very big rounds, do lots of damage. So, I mean, there's a guy with a heavy assault rifle right now in powered armor. Okay. Laser assault rifle. Okay. Laser carbine. Laser marksman rifle. All right. So marksman laser rifle. And then that's our different types of rifles that we have in GunCraze. All right. So that being said, there are weapons out there called prototypes too. I haven't designed them. They won't be in this book. They'll be in the Gunmaster's Guidebook. These prototype weapons are may have abilities that you wouldn't see normally on a weapon. Like, for example, a rifle that shoots automatic but silently, or no matter what it shoots, it lights it on fire. So kind of things like that, like a little bit of exotic, give you that feel from kind of Destiny feeling. All right, so that's always a thing. Moving up, we got. All right, I'm going to go back to. So that's our rifles, and we're just going to take a look at that hunting rifle. See, the range for most of these is long. Okay. So the penalty or the benefit of this talent, when I go back there, scanning. All right. So the benefit for this is actually no penalty. Ignore first ignore first range penalty. So now we can actually build on that. All right, so what we could build on that. We could do just for rifles, though, because rifles are different than other weapons. We could do a little different and expand on it or not. You know, that's one of the kind of things. You know, would it be cooler to continue ignoring those range penalties, or now are we really tracking into the snipers area? I think ignoring the first one is nice. That way, you know, this guy with the rifle could always reach out and touch somebody up to his second range increment. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I mean, I could, like I said, we can keep going with it, but what, now I'm going to feel like, oh, the sniper's going to be like, well, thanks for that. Now I'm not even worth it. And the goal is to have each item its own. So rapid fire is a little different. Rapid fire builds on double tap, which is a double tap is the talent that gives you your second attack each turn. And your rapid fire now combines 2 semi attacks with rifles in each round into 1 rapid fire attack. Okay, so what it does, what it's going to end up doing is combining 2 shots into 1, so that you have combined damage and 1 hit location. All right, it's not going to be all caught in the flavor text right here in this little summary, but it will be caught in the rules, and that is going to be just a really cool ability to get as a rifle shooter. So what, you know, as holding a rifle in 2 hands, it gives you a lot of sturdiness. All right, even better, more so than an SMG, which has a smaller stock, a smaller, you know, smaller barrel area, hand guards. It's more concealed and tight, right? So you have a lot of play when you have a smaller weapon. But when you have a longer weapon, like a rifle, you can move your forward arm closer towards the end of the handguard, and with that, it allows you just some extra sturdiness. All right, so there's a lot of techniques with a rifle to lock in your accuracy, and in this case, rapid fire is combining 2 semi attacks with rifles in each round into 1 rapid fire attack. And so the concept of that is you're firing so quick, bam, bam, that both rounds are going to hit the same areas. It's going to do double damage, and it counts as only 1 attack. However, rapid fire improved, you get your second rapid fire attack with a rifle. So now you're basically hitting, but these are all semi attacks, not burst attacks. Okay, so there's a little bit of difference there. Burst attacks are still going to do what they do. This is going to be all about retaining your ammo. All right, so these talents are all about not just blowing your ammo every time you go to shoot a guy. All right. Then we got target lock. I really like target lock. May not be the best name for it. If you have a better option to shoot it out or another idea, I'll be definitely apt to hear it. I'm okay with it. So what this does is, when you take your second attack from a rifle using a double tap, you may choose the same hit location as the first attack, so you don't have to roll. If you've already rolled the first time and you hit headshot, well, you could be like, I'm target locking in the head and shooting again. All right, that's just one of the power plays of being a rifle user. So I'm really kind of excited about that talent. I think it works well. I think the name's okay for it, and I'm gonna let it ride. Again, you can keep that with a 2-handed ranged weapon. You can keep that up with that. So I am going to change these ones into 2-handed ranged weapon as well. 2-handed lowercase h perhaps. Okay. Okay, so now I'm kind of just going over other ideas and concepts for talents. Just trying to think of, when I'm trying to think, I need some more. This is not enough. Okay, so I got to come up with some. I sketched down some names of things. So Kentucky windage. Okay, that's an interesting one. So what is Kentucky windage? Kentucky windage is actually not changing your sights. It's actually just moving the route, the where you're targeting, to the left or the right based upon what you think the effects of wind are. So if you take a shot and it hits dead center of the target, then that's great. Plus to hit after a missed shot. Hey BSP Actual, good to see you. Plus to hit after a missed shot. Okay. So zeroing in. Instead of I actually like that Kentucky. We could use that Kentucky windage. I think that's a great idea. Will it last into your next round? Yeah, I mean, why not? If you've taken a shot and you've missed, you are using Kentucky windage to hit. So you are. Kentucky windage or battlefield zeroing. All right, I like that term too. Battlefield zero. All right, that's the kind of the concept. As I've taken a shot, I've seen where the puff of smoke went. Now I'm adjusting from there. All right, so would really like to hear your opinion, Actual, on that. Is Battlefield Zero or Kentucky windage? So let me know. I'm curious to see what you think sounds better. That being said, I should tug you into my stream somehow. I'm not really great at linking Discord into all that, but I'll get with my sister at some point, Actual, and get you in there, because it'd be great to have you to chat with you every now and then. All right. I like it though. I'm gonna start with Battlefield Zero, and we'll let it ride for now, and then shift it if I got to. All right. So I don't have a Rifles 3, so hey, we'll just make it Rifles 3 out of default. All right. And this will probably be a cross use too, is what I'm thinking. All right, let's see. If I'm thinking zeroing, I'm thinking of adjusting the sights after the shot. Windage to me is aiming left or right at a target on purpose to move the shot. All right, so yeah. So you're okay with Battlefield Zero? Like, you take the shot, you're missing a little bit, and now you're honing in that shot. So the next round you have a better chance of that attack. All right, and that would kind of cancel out when you make the hit. You wouldn't constantly gain the bonus every round. It'd be only when you missed. All right. I like it. Actual. That's solid. Okay. Gain 2 +2 down bonus to attack roll. After suffering a miss. Yes. I mean, that's solid. That is a solid. That's a good one. Good job, man. You rock. All right. That's just what you mean. If you're here a viewer, BSP Actual just came up with an idea, and look, now it's in a book. I mean, how many times have you got to say an idea and it actually make it into a book? I mean, that's great, and I thank you, Actual, for that. But everybody else, I mean, this is, if you're a viewer, if you're on here, even if you're watching a recording on YouTube, you have an idea, throw it down. All right, let's hear it. I mean, it's great. This is a community-driven game. It always has been. Ever since we started way back in the Max 2 building when we first played this game. And Actual knows what I'm talking about. All right. So this is pretty good, but I'm not going to overprice it. I'm going to go with... I'm just going to do it 1 talent point for that. I think that... We'll see. I'll play around with it. If everybody takes it, and we'll adjust from there. All right. Some other ideas of words are... All right. All right. So another concept is cover fire. All right, cover fire. So it's like suppressive fire. It does the same thing as suppressive fire, but not automatic. Okay, and okay, so you can do that in the game normally. You can just hold action when an enemy comes up. You declare Bob, but cover fire would be a little different. Oh, what? Is that Alakai 7Y? Awesome. All right. I've got advertisements. All right, let's see. I do see you streaming a lot, but you're still not affiliated or partnered. I got a proposal to share your stream to a kid community. Wow, that's a lot. I'll have to look into it. That being said, thanks again, Alakai. Appreciate it. All right. And that being said, so, man, where was I? I got off track. Let me get back to this title. All right. Oh, yeah, cover fire specialist. That was the concept. All right. All right, so that's what I want to call it, is cover fire specialist. All right, so that kind of invokes that, hey, you're actually really good at doing cover fire. And that would be another thing that you could do. So basically, it's going to give you a bonus to your hits when holding. All right, whenever you're in a hold or a partial hold, you're going to get a bonus to that hit. The question is, how many different attacks are you going to be allowed to make if you do this? So that's interesting change. All right, so we're going to go... I feel like this is a good rifles too. Something low rank. Rifles too. All right. And, all right. So, may fire up to normal, let's see here. The concept is you're going to be allowed to fire as many times as you would during your turn, but when it's not your turn. So you're going to gain a number. There you go. Warning. Gain a number of out of turn. How about capitalize? Out of turn attacks. Gain a number of out of turn attacks. Let's see. So obviously you want to have some double tap on here at the least. Equal to the amount while holding. Oh, Shannon! Hello! There's birthdays that just happened around here. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. I love you guys. And I apologize. I have excuses, but we know what excuses are like. All right. They're not great excuses. The flu. Yeah. Gain a number of out of turn attacks while holding. Gain and out of turn. Oh, I have to think about the text there. I know what it's going to do. It's going to, so you declare cover fire, and now you're cover firing an area, and you have all the attacks that you would have in a round. You're just using them. So normally you only gain one out of turn action attack while holding. So this is you'll gain an extra out of turn attack while holding. And that is a pretty decent talent. I'm going to go with 2 talent points for that. And I am going to cross use it to 4. Because, yeah. All right. So we're gonna set that up. Control B. Gain an extra out of turn attack. Proper grammar, best I can, you know. Not perfect, but we'll get there. Gain extra return while holding. When armed with a rifle. All right. Gain an extra out of turn semi attack. All right, so that's pretty solid. That one's fun. Let me check my notes again. Just a minute. Take this and put this over here. There we go. All right. So let's see here. All right. Okay. Okay. What can you do? This is a good one. This is a good one. Came up with. All right. What can you do with a rifle that you can't do with a lot of other weapons? The kneeling position. Okay. The kneeling position. The dreaded kneeling position. All right. So, this is going to be the concept of the kneeling position in this case would be to probably increase accuracy even more. So the prone position is easy with the weapon. Kneeling and actually getting in a good kneeling position, if you've done it, it hurts, and you know that that's what that means. So there's there's a concept here that I want to mess around with is all right, let's see. So it's like a stance. Maybe it's not cover fire. Maybe it's just the concept is you don't move and something happens. All right. Got to think about. Okay. All right. So yes, you're. Well, that ties into other things, and I get that point. So, do you have reduced accuracy for subsequent shots? Yes, I do. The double tap talent itself covers that by having double tap improved and double tap mastered, which eventually negates it. But based on that though, the concept could be that the penalty could come from anywhere, or I just know that kneeling with a rifle is something very rifle-y to do. You're not gonna. The kneeling position with the pistol is laughable. And even with SMG, yeah, SMG would have some use. Maybe it'd be a cross-use thing. So, Yes. Just a basic accuracy gain. Like, forget about it. You kneel, it means you're not moving. So there's the penalty of it. You're kneeling. All right. Um, so yeah, kneeling stance would be, it would be called a kneeling stance. I should have older characters have to make like a toughness test to see if they can get up. What do you think? That'd be perfect. That would be great. You know, you spend like for each round you're in the kneeling, you have a penalty to your toughness roll to get back up. No, that's yeah, I know, that's right. All right, so I'm gonna call it insert rows above kneeling stance. All right, this will be rifles. We'll make it another one. All right, and gain. Enter the kneeling stance to gain bad knees. Sorry. I couldn't resist. It's so funny. All right. So, no, yes. Enter the kneeling stance to gain a plus. Just keep it small. All right. Oh, so prone has a bonus of 1. All right. Well, hold on. Let's go look because that's part of why we're here is to always go and not just say, "Oh, that's what it is." All right. So let's go ahead and we'll head down to prone and take a look. All right. Going prone. All right. So going prone. All right. Yeah, see, so while prone characters gain a +2 to their defense roll from attacks from anyone who is more than 2 squares away, so that's an important part. Any opponents who cannot draw a line of sight to the entire base of a character's model cannot target them, and a character cannot also target those opponents without standing or moving to see them. So yeah, prone itself, now that so prone is all about defense. I have not made a talent yet for, but I'm thinking we're about to get to that standing, or that prone stance for the rifle. I think we just walked into 2 talents at once, the kneeling stance and the prone shot. So, yeah, we could do +1 for kneeling, +2 for prone, and I think that's great. That's really builds on what rifles can do. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I think you're exactly right. I think this is going to be fantastic. So we just got two. There ain't gonna be no sitting stance though. That's just silliness. I know we did it, but like, hey, hold up a minute. Hold up. I gotta get into the sitting stance. Everybody just stop. Stop combat. I do the low sitting so my ankles are crossed. All right. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna go to all the way back up here. So, what if I'm sitting Indian style, listening to someone read a story? Classic D&D thing, right? You're at the campground. You're sitting Indian style. Who's on watch? All right, and the enemy shows up. The kobolds show up. All right, no, that's great. That's fantastic, by the way. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we'll just do this as a cheap one, and what we'll do is So, oh man, standing stance. No, I'm not doing a standing stance. Prone. I put it in the wrong spot. All right. Prone pump P. I should make a talent called crayon eating. What do you think? Crayon eating? All right. Let's see here. Actually, I got to figure out a way to get you into my stream, like like with voice, using Discord. You probably did. I go through a lot of clips. Uh, I'll have to look it up. I think you did send me one recently. All right, let's do this prone stance. All right. Also, rifles want it. You know what? I'm gonna, because it's so good, I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to 2, and I'll make people spend for those. Oh yes, yes, I did see it. Yes, you're right about the crowds. I forgot. Duh. Yeah, I was like totally stupid there for a minute. Okay. Vice rival down. All right. All right. So that's essentially quick, down and dirty. Uh, that is a nice little spread. I'd like another one. Let's see. Um, so there is a concept of doing a sighting shot, and that's probably more. All right. So concept. You're trying to see that you're hitting the enemy. Once you hit them, the first time, your bursts become more accurate. All right. So there could be a thing called like it kind of builds off what we did earlier with. Let's see. So Battlefield Zero is a +2 talent bonus to an attack roll after suffering a miss. It would. It would apply, even though I know the bonus isn't there, and I could make it a two-handed ranged weapon. And I should make it a two-handed ranged weapon. Yeah. I mean, I can still control what it turns into, right? That's one of the cool parts about the rifles is so two-handed ranged weapon could be one pistol, but you're holding it with two hands, and the goal is two hands. All right. So that could work. Yep, I think it worked. Them, just gotta. Oh, and that's supposed to be capitalized. That goes more with how you were describing it being a rifle-specific feat. Yeah, because you're holding it like this. I mean, I could take it off and just leave it for rifles to make rifle people good, like good with that, and that's not a bad. That isn't a bad way to go. Not everything has to be cross use. So I am totally down with shifting out of these both and leaving them for people with rifles. That gives them something that's kind of theirs, stances. Notice none of these have anything to do really with automatic fire. These are all pounding people. Like the rifle can potentially do automatic fire, but the concept is you're just hammering them with well-aimed shots each round with a rifle. You're not trying to just waste rounds or throw down rounds like downrange like an SMG user would. All right. So there's. That's right. Quality over quantity. Absolutely. All right. So we got up right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are looking at, and some of these might cover fire specialist might actually step up. And hear me out. All right. I like step ups. They allow your character to feel like they're becoming better at something over time. And this might actually be a really good one. And the concept here is okay, and now we can kind of build on it by going rifles 4 and cover fire, and rifles 6 cover fire improved. All right, so building on what we had already done, and even having it so you learn this talent with a rifle, but you can use it with anything. That because that's how the concept works. Is you would take ranks in rifle till you got it, but we're gonna make you pay for it if you're not using a rifle. You are going to spend a lot of talent points. Because what's going to happen is this: you're not going to gain extra attacks. What you're going to do is gain bonuses. All right. So gain extra out of turbo rifle. Let's see. In this one, it would be gain a plus 2 to reaction tests. Okay. To your seize the initiative rolls. Gain a plus to your seize the initiative rolls when making out of turn semi attacks. Get a plus 2 to seize initiative rolls when making out of turn attacks with rifle. Alright, and that concept is you're able to seize the initiative better. So automatic fire already has it for improved suppression and things like that, but normal holding people don't have it, but that's what you have here. So you're going to gain your bonuses here for your semi attacks by going up the rifle tree. So therefore that gives us a good spread. You gain the out of turn semi attack as well, so you're having 2 attacks and you're getting bonuses to seize the initiative. No, not usually. Not usually. Not usually. What the concept is an out of turn attack if you're holding. So the question is there a penalty to hit for out of turn attacks? The answer is no, because you already have to succeed a reaction test against the person that you're holding against, and then you have to shoot at them as well. So you're already ready for them to kind of enter, and that way you've already kind of succeeded that part of the off balancing part of them showing up. You succeeded a roll against them. So in this case, cover fire was going to give you that extra attack.
All right, which gives you 2 attacks a turn. And now the improved and mastered version of that is just to even start those attacks, you're getting bonuses to seize the initiative. I don't need to put rolls. That's weird. And there might be a. I like mastered, because that's how I step up things. I hear what you're saying though. I hear what you're saying. I like it. All right. I'm gonna leave it improved mastered for now because that's kind of how things go. Um, I've actually, I like, I've liked mastered for a while, um, but it isn't my favorite word for it. All right, it was better than, level 2, level 3. Um, okay, so you're a specialist at something. What are you when you're better than a specialist or worse than a specialist? Yeah, great and greater, right? Greater, yeah. Very D&D of you. I appreciate that. Um, Supreme Cleave, what? What do you know about Supreme Cleave, actual? All right, let's see where we're at. We got about 8 minutes left in the stream. I think we made some really solid progress. I'm still going to be looking for. Um, I'm still be looking for rifle talent ideas. Um, so I'm going to be playing around with it. Probably another stream, just building up these basic ideas. There's a lot here that could be fun. All right, you know what? We could do that on GunCraze too, by the way. Um, except you get to swap each one of those attacks out if you want. First attack is a sweep to make them prone. Or no, first attack is an eye gouge. Eye gouge, all right? Second attack is a sweep. Now that they can't see you, their defense is low. Now they're on the ground. Now third attack is a smash attack. You're stomping them with your foot. A knee fall. A falling knee attack. I mean, there's things that you could do, and you still have attacks left. So, yes. That being said, all right. So, stepping away from this real quick, we're gonna. All right, we're gonna go ahead and look at. What do I want to look at? There's so much to look at. All right. Let's go ahead and scroll down. We're gonna go ahead and check out some other rules in here. We'll take a side trip off of something I haven't looked at in a while. So, cybernetics are in GunCraze. There were more. I took them out and put them in the second book, Rise of the Corporations, because that's really when they're going to ramp up. All right. So, some cybernetic parts have more enhancements than others. All right. And so we can kind of walk through what you get out of this. All right. Cybernetic upgrades. Cybernetic arms. All right. So these are designed for power and durability. They enhance user strength and are effective for combat, offering increased damage potential and ability to constrict and crush. All right. Proper torso upgrades are necessary to handle enhanced strength. All right. So, cybernetic enhancement. The location of cybernetic arms is on arm or a cybernetic harness. All right. Enhancement ranks 5. All right. Weight 40 pounds plus 10 pounds rank. These things are heavy. Okay. Unarmed crushing gives you your 1d6 plus strength bonus damage. All right. It has hardness. So rank 1, strength rank plus 1. Hardness 4, 40 AP and 6 vital points. and you get Crush 1 ability. All right, rank 2 gives you Crush 2. What are these abilities? They are explained above. Okay, we'll get to that. That's hilarious. Okay. Maybe I chopped a little bit too much out when I brought it over to the new book, but we'll get there. All right. Um, prosthetics, cybernetics, costs, pre and post comedy realities, high qualities. All right. Cybernetic abilities. Ah, I just haven't started filling them in. I have what they do. I don't know why I haven't written it down better, but that's okay. We'll get there. We're not in equipment yet, but we'll take a look. All right, so rank 4, strength rank +4, hardness 7, 55 armor points, 9 vital points. I mean, your whole body could be blown away and somebody could pick your arm up off the ground. That's a pretty strong arm. All right, and now we got extreme cost, rank 5, strength rank +5, hardness 8, 60 armor points, 10 vital points, crush 5. All right, it requires torso enhancement rank 3, so you have to have torso enhancements to even do some things. Okay. There are basic prosthetic arms. Again, we're going to look at these more carefully when we get to the equipment chapter, which will be a few months from now. We're really hyper focused on our talents, trying to get through the range talents, and then we'll be moving through chapters as the year goes by, adding artwork at some point too, which I'll be doing offline probably because it's a pain. I don't want to put you guys to sleep. But cybernetic legs, we're talking about bound 4. These are really useful bonuses to basically leaping. All right, bounding is leaping. These are strength legs. Okay, so basic has strength. In the advanced book, you have speed versions, which just increase your speed ridiculously. And then you have even better versions which combine strength and speed. All right, so you're getting a lot of. Let's see what we got. We'll go ahead and visit. Why not? Just a moment. All right. Rise of the corporations. Why not? Why not take you on a little trip through the book too? Cover's the same just because I copied the thing and you got to hack stuff out. But this has other things in it that. Let me get over to the cybernetics. So it has a section about cybernetics and cyborgs, toxicity. All right, you change too many parts on you, get some toxicity in you. All right, abilities coming up. Here's the abilities right here. So crush. I should probably steal some of these and drag them over while I'm here, and I'll take out the ones that don't apply when I go back. Hold on a second. Since we're here, we'll just go ahead and move the abilities. Okay, cool. That. I'll fix that later. Hold on. Paste it as. At work, when I paste things, I always paste as text. It's just a standard thing. So there, now at least I got some of the format. We can go back and look at that stuff later. But let's take a look back at. All right. So we have type A, based on power. Type B, balanced between power and speed. Type C, focused on speed. And type X, which is ridiculously expensive, is integrating both power and speed equally, but to the max. So the cost of a thing like that, if we go to our X, just to kind of walk you through how crazy GunCraze can be. So cybernetic arms, large shredders, smashers, these are giant arms. They're massive arms. All right. We get to our cybernetic, let's say legs, type X. All right. So rank 1, strength rank 1, speed rank 1. All right, hardness 6, 60 AP, 6 vital points inside. Power Surge 1, Crush 1, Cyber Dexterity 1, and Bonus Action 1 for a rank 1 thing. Alright. Looking at rank 5, Strength rank plus 5, Speed rank plus 5, Hardness 10, 100 armor points, 10 vital points, Power Surge 5, Crush 5, Cyber Dexterity 5, Bonus Action 3, Flash 3, requires Torso Enhancement rank 3. Alright. That is beastly. All right, and this is what I had to build to create a character from the book Behind Blue Eyes, written by Animasicat. And I do always recommend, if you're looking for something fun to read, is to head over to animasicat.com. And where's our website? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you can find it on Amazon too. Oh, here we go. Amazon. Head over here. Amazing book series. All right, Nephilim will be one of your most favorite heroes. All right, they're a great series of books. Also, Space Punks is really good. She's a great author. I chat with her personally. She's a fantastic human being. She's German background. She lives here in the United States now, and these books are absolutely fantastic. So I highly recommend reading some Animasicat to get your mind going about how awesome being in a cyborg world could be. And that's where, if you go to GunCraze.net, kind of close it out. If you go to GunCraze Miniature Battles, head over to the character card library and find the Guardian Angels. This Guardian Angel faction card is based off of her books. And this character is a 120 power level character, based on the rules that I just showed you a minute ago inside the Rise of the Corporations. So her movement speed, her slow movement speed is 9 squares, and her fast movement speed is 30 squares. Imagine having this coming for you. Oh, no, 10 of them or 20 of them coming for you. Okay. Absolutely a blast book. Definitely highly recommend reading it. All right. And with that, I am going to go ahead and shut down the stream. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. Thank you for coming by and spending some time. Make sure to drop likes on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I'd be hugely appreciated. Good night, Actual. I love you, bro. Great input tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm not going to be streaming. I've got some event going on I have to be at. Wednesday will be the next streaming night. And so I'll see you all there. All right. Bye-bye.